What is good, Tsla family? It's Ray J back with another video. And in this, I want to break down what's happening to Tesla SPY and a couple of other tickers. I'm also going to break down what's going on with the overall market and give you guys a quick update on how things are looking. Let me first mention that I am not a financial planner, so take nothing I say as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please smash the like button if you want to see more videos like this. It not only benefits me, it benefits the entire Tesla community as a whole. Anyways, guys, we just got the Tesla deliveries numbers. They just came out like a few seconds ago. Basically, for the second quarter of 2024, Tesla produced 410,000 models. We had about 386,000 Model 3s and Model Ys. And for other models, we have about 24,000. And then for deliveries, the most important thing, we have 422,000 Model 3s and Model Ys, 21,000 other models for a total of 444,000, which is much better than what some people on YouTube were saying, other people like over the internet. And that's actually not too bad. They actually met expectations, if not beat some of them. So not bad for Tesla. Once again, showing lots of strength. The Chinese sales hitting a new record did play a big role likely in causing this. And Tesla's still running. That's absolutely incredible. I saw a lot of people saying it was going to be lackluster. It was going to flop. It was going to fail. Even I was a little bit apprehensive about that looking at the Chinese sales. But it looks like the last week of June was very strong for Tesla in Europe and also in China. And that helped make the difference. I think that's what really happened. That's what made the big difference right here. Many people were not expecting that. And Tesla is once again in the run right now. It's trying to push up higher, looking pretty good. If you look at our chart, Tesla now has the potential to start pushing all the way up to about 220 pretty easily. It's still holding up. And if we end up breaking past 215, I'll be looking at 220. Breaking that opens the doors for potentially a much higher move towards 225. So if we do try to break 220, look for 225. If Tesla were to come back down, make sure you watch 212 as a very, very critical level. Losing that opens the doors for, levels like 210, 207, and beyond. But as of right now, it's looking like it's trying to push higher, looking pretty strong, in my personal opinion. So Tesla's trying to push right now at the time I'm speaking. This is a positive reaction so far, but just be careful because we also have Jerome Powell giving a speech at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Not to mention the JOLTS job openings and job quits report. That's also coming out at 10 o'clock a.m., so we'll see what this leads to. But like I said before, good data for Tesla. That's why Tesla's trying to push right now, trying to hold up. We're trying to make our way up towards 220. Not bad so far. And if that breaks, I mean, we could be going all the way up to 222, then 225. So Tesla is continuing to rocket. Looking at SPY, on the other hand, as you guys know, we have 542 as key support. If we were to end up losing that after Jerome Powell's speech, we're going to be dipping all the way down to about 537 to fill the gap. Just be careful, guys, because just when I say 542, I don't literally mean we lose 542. It could, excuse me, it could be the key level you have to watch for. So if we were to tag like 541, then get bought back up to 543, that's an example of us actually holding the 542 support before we try to bounce. So keep that in mind. You want to be very careful with lots of trickery. When I say losing 542, I mean we have to close below that on a very, very long time frame. If we close below 542 for like on the 4-hour time frame, and if we were to even close below that for market close, then yes, I do see that big gap coming down to like the 537s. If we were to hold 542, then look for a rebound back up to 547. And then higher levels like 550. So watch this range very carefully. We will see if we get a big bounce or not. As of right now, this is what the range is looking like. So watch that 542 support. For Nvda, right now we're forming a nice looking flag. We actually have a nice looking flag that's developing right over here, and this could lead to once again a nice break to the upside. If we break past 125 to 127, we're going to be pushing back up, and if we reject here, we could continue this downtrend. So I'm going to be watching to see if Nvidia does that. It really depends on Jerome Powell's speech. For Bitcoin's also kind of slowing down right here. If we lose 62,000, we're going to be dipping back down. If we hold this, we're going to try to push back up. Look for 62,200. If we hold that, we're going back up to 64,000. Anyways, going back to Tesla, we're now at 220 a share. So, yep, we did end up making that move. And we're not done yet. We could keep going even higher. If we break 220, like I said before, I'm going to be looking at 222, 225, and eventually our notorious level at 230. So it's looking very, very strong. Tesla's continuing to break out. I'll be looking at these different levels right here. Overall, not bad from Tesla whatsoever. Approaching 220. So from these are just the levels that I remember from the back of my head. We could be slowly trying to get closer to 230 if we were to break 220. So far, Tesla's showing a lot of strength. Uh, but don't forget, Jerome Powell gives his speech that may also affect the whole market, and that may also have a big effect on Tesla too. So far, so good from Tesla, trying to make our way up towards 220, looking very strong right now. It could continue to push higher. On the QQQ, we're in the middle right now. We got to try to break past 482, then 484 to turn bullish. If we lose 477, we're going to be tipping back down to about this low right here at 474. So basically, lose 474 to 475, we turn more bearish. It's going to be a big dip. And we end up breaking past 484. We're going to be looking for a big push once again to the high right here. So it's looking pretty in the middle. It depends on what Jerome Powell ends up saying. Don't forget, he has his speech at 9:30 a.m. As far as Apple goes, Apple's on an uptrend, trying to push higher towards 220. But if we were to lose 213, we're going to dip back down to 210. Overall, we're in the middle with Apple, so we will see what happens with the big data that's releasing. Supermicro is showing some weakness. If we lose 800, we're going to be dipping all the way down to 780. Let's just check Tesla one more time. I'm going to keep going back to it. Yep, you guys can see it's going back up to this 220 area, trying to break it. I think we're going to break that soon. Looking very strong, very, very bullish for just a few more. Amazon, we're going to be testing 198. If we break that, we're going to 200. If we reject, we're going back down to 194. That depends on Jerome Powell's speech. For Meta, if we lose 500, we're going back down to 498. If we hold this, we're going to rebound back up to 510. So we'll be watching to see. It depends on what Jerome Powell says. Microsoft, we're going to be testing 452. If we lose that, we're going down to 447. If we hold this, we try to rebound. I'll be watching for that. Google's also, if we're going to be testing 184. If we reject off that, we're going down to 182. If we hold 184, we're going to be looking for a push. So wait and see. It all depends on Jerome Powell's speech. All right. So to conclude this video, Tesla is exploding. We're approaching the 220 area. We're continuing to rocket, continuing to rally. Tesla ended up beating expectations for deliveries as they've done over, and I'm going to show you the numbers one more time, 443,956 deliveries. That is above a lot of expectations. A lot of people were saying 430,000. That's also in line with other expectations of 440,000. So not bad whatsoever. Also showing good growth for us quarter over quarter despite the high interest rates. So Tesla is showing some strength, and that's why it's continuing to break out. I also told you all to be very patient with this. I said that yesterday. Patience is key, and looking at Tesla, we're approaching 220. We'll see if that breaks or not. Do not forget, we have Jerome Powell giving a speech in about 20 minutes as soon as the market opens. And then we also have the JOLTS job openings at 10 a.m. So get ready for Powell's speech and just know that so far, Tesla's pushing the 220s. All right, so with that being said, thank you all for listening. Tesla to the moon. Tesla's absolutely ripping again. We will see how well it does with Jerome Powell's speech being accounted for. So please keep that in mind, guys. You never know what's going to happen when he gives a speech. But so far, Tesla's looking very strong and very bullish. All right. Thank you and peace out.